Brushwork is really important. I would put it on par with ratios of water and pigment on your paper and on your palette. Okay, hand positioning and control. It's worth spelling out in case you haven't heard it. It's worth spelling out even if you have heard it. I tend to think of my brush as having three different places that I hold it. There's the very end of the brush, which in general is there to loosen my control. There's the middle of the brush, which generally I still try to stay like more than 50% away, but here's where I might need a little bit more control. So this is more difficult to control with any level of precision. I need a little bit of control, so I've choked up on it a bit. And then the third one, of course, is more like a pencil, right? Where I'm really close to the end of the ferrule and there's a lot of control because this is what we are most practiced in. The reason we have a lot of control here is because we are most practiced in holding something that is brush shaped. So we can work against that kind of natural training that we have from years and years of writing things by just moving our hand back to either a choked up position or the end of the brush. And so I know you've heard me preach at different points about the importance of, like, if you want to loosen up, like, get farther away from the tip of your brush. And the intent of that is that it's just a lot harder to control. And practice holding your brush far away will make it so you can still get a fairly controlled effect using your brush this way. You can pick any color that you want. And so the first thing that we're going to try to do is we're just going to look at the hand positioning. And so what I want you to try to do with this is to make thin to thick lines. So just some lines, vertical lines. They don't have to be very long, but try to make them from thin, as thin as you can make them with your brush, getting increasingly thicker as you go. And at some point, your brush will run out of thickness that it can create because it's going to only be so long. And so what we're doing there is we're giving up control. The easiest way to compare that is reload your brush, choke up to about halfway, and do the same exercise that we just did. And then the last one is essentially holding it like a pencil. And here we can rely on our kind of muscle memory from all of the times that we've used a pen or a pencil, and we should be able to get a very confident, very consistent line as we paint down.